everybody, hope you're doing well. In this video today, we're going to talk about the importance of networking for OnlyFans creators and agencies and some of the best ways to make sure that you're networking correctly and what are some of the tools and places that you need to go in order to make sure you have a strong network of individuals who you can talk to on a daily basis to ensure that you're doing the right things to have success in the OnlyFans space. So first, let's talk about why networking in OnlyFans is super important. And I would say the main thing is because we are in the adult space or somewhat of a NSFW type of space, not as aggressive as porn, but still an adult or high risk business type of space. It's important to have people that you can connect with and talk to on a daily basis because a lot of times you're not gonna get the support that you're looking for from outside agencies or outside services or anything like that in terms of giving your business the support just because it's a high risk business. So to give you an example, if you're looking for support in like banking or like financial management and these type of things, a lot of banks or institutions will turn you away because you're in a high risk business. So having a strong network of individuals who are also in the OnlyFans industry or space at your access or at your fingertips so that you can talk to them is super key when it comes to like financial services and money management and things like that for OnlyFans, because there's a lot of money to be made in this business, but there isn't always a straightforward path to manage the money or make sure that money flow is working correctly and things like that. So that's why it's super important to have a strong network when it comes to OnlyFans. The other portion of this that is not talked about often but should be noted is that it's really important to have a strong network when it comes to OnlyFans agencies or creators, is because a lot of the times the tools that we use to have success in this business don't have a strong support system behind it in terms of being able to service agencies or service creators in being able to help you achieve success. To give you an example of this, if you're like an e-com store owner, for example, oftentimes there's a lot of agencies out there that serve e-commerce businesses, whether it's like Google ads, social media ads, SEO, they provide fulfillment services or payment solutions or whatever it might be specific to e-commerce businesses. But in the OnlyFans industry or space, you don't really find a lot of services like this. In fact, you'll be hard pressed to find a good one. There might be chatting services out there and some traffic management services like the one that we have, but overall there's not a lot of support for agencies or creators out there. A lot of times you're on your own and you're either hiring and training your own team to do the specific things that you need in your business, or you're relying on other agencies or other creators to share information with you to ensure that you have everything that you need to dial in the success for that portion of the business. So it's super key that you have people you can talk to in this aspect. And then as well as like the tools that we use, right? So if you're using a CRM, there are great OnlyFans CRMs out there like Inflow or some of the other ones that I haven't used before. Or if you're using like social media sites, a lot of times if you hit up support on social media sites, the support is essentially trash, it's garbage, right? Even if you're paying for like a premium subscription, they're gonna give you just links to articles on their site about policy. And a lot of times you're not gonna get through to somebody who is like a real human being that is actually gonna care about your problem. They're just gonna give you a corporate answer and a corporate response. And a lot of times if you have a bad situation where maybe you lose a social media account or you lose access to one of your accounts to get hacked or whatever it might be, you're not going to get any support from these big corporations in terms of getting your account back, especially because you're in the NSFW space. You're only going to be able to rely on third-party services essentially, and that takes a lot of trust to do to get those account backs. And a lot of times the methods in which they're going to do it is not really approved by these big corporations, and they're also somewhat risky because there's a lot of scammers out there. Personally, myself, I don't really use that many third-party services in terms of like trying to like remove shadow bans or get accounts back or whatever. On my end, I feel that the best way to prevent scenarios or situations like this is just to make sure you have good preventative security on your team. Make sure you have really good systems and processes in place for making sure that passwords don't get leaked or access isn't sent to people who shouldn't have it and things of that nature, because pretty much once you kind of go beyond that point where you've had a security breach or whatever it might be, to reel it back in, it's very unlikely that you'll be able to. So preventative measures are the main and pretty much only way you're going to be able to prevent bad things from happening within your OnlyFans business, okay? So now that we've kind of gone over why it's super important to have really good networking with OnlyFans agencies and creators, let's talk about how you're gonna do this. The number one way and the best way, hands down, is gonna be on Telegram. Now, I'm not saying that every person that you can talk to on Telegram is trustworthy and somebody that you should be sending money to or sharing information with. By no means advocate for that, but pretty much all OnlyFans agencies and creators that are networking and doing things in the space are collaborating on Telegram, whether it be group chats or paid communities or even just one-on-one messaging. Pretty much anybody that you want to talk to in the OnlyFans space is going to have a Telegram account, and you're going to be able to reach out to them there. So I highly recommend that you get on there if you don't have one already, and join the channel I have linked below for some OnlyFans agency and creator tips. That's a good place to start, my channel. And then of course, I'm happy to share some groups and some of my network with you if you reach out to me and ask for it. Make sure you're on Telegram, make sure you're getting in the groups. There's a lot of free groups out there. And then it's also worth investing in some paid groups as well. If you find somebody that you trust and you feel like they run a legit group, especially if you're trying to be new in the space and you're trying to break into having your own agency or your own business, the paid groups are really going to be the place to be in terms of getting support from successful agency owners or other agency owners who are just trying to get their feet off the ground, so to speak. Some other places, there are a few school communities out there that I think are okay. And of course, YouTube is a really good tool in terms of finding OnlyFans agency content or OnlyFans creator content like this channel. That's why you're watching this video. Between these three things, that's pretty much everything you're gonna need in terms of getting started for networking. And then once you kind of reach a certain level, then of course you're gonna wanna look for like some verified groups. There's a few groups I'm in. You can't pay cash to get in. You gotta get in through hitting certain criteria, whether it's in your business or you need to be vetted by other individuals who run these tight groups, so to speak. But that's not something that people give out easily. But of course, if you meet the qualifications, there's like a lot of 50K earner groups or 100K earner groups. Those are definitely gonna help you a lot as well, ascend to the next level once you've kind of gotten the ball rolling in this business. So yeah, if there's any questions on networking for OnlyFans agencies and creators, feel free to drop them in the comments of this video. I am always responding to every comment I get on my videos because I don't have a lot of comments right now. I mean, I'm always happy to help you out if you have any questions or concerns in terms of getting your business off the ground or trying to find a solution with a specific problem that you have, or even if you just want to have somebody to talk to in the space and find some other people that you can connect with. All right, so that'll do it for this video. Cheers.